and then we're gonna go into about storm preparations and what we need to do. The school's here, fire department here, police department's here. So let's go ahead and get started, guys.
At this time, I'd like to call to order the meeting, Suwannee County Board of County Commissioners, for our emergency meeting this morning at the Emergency Operations Center, 617 Ontario Avenue. The purpose of this meeting is to consider a declaration of local state of emergency due to Tropical Storm Elsa in Suwannee County. At this time, I'll entertain motion to adopt this resolution.
Mr. Chairman, also a motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hale,
Second.
second by Commissioner White. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. At this time, I'll turn it back over to the sheriff and go with you with emergency operations as far as an update.
Yeah, Chris Volk's here, he's our assistant director with the emergency management. I'll probably let him, just turn it over to him and let him know that has the latest updates and so forth of what we're looking at here in Suwannee County. And then we'll kind of go over our needs and what everybody needs to do to get this accomplished. I guess, Chris, we can, go in with the, when do you think the storm's gonna be here, the strength's gonna be here, and then what we all need to do to make sure we're all good on the same sheet and make sure we all can get through this all right.
Okay. Thank you, Sheriff. So good morning. We'll start with our latest storm prediction. I'm sure everybody's watching the weather forecast and the radar. Right now, we're looking at the beginning of the impacts of the tropical storm late tonight in the early morning in our county. We're under a tropical storm watch that's in effect right now for Suwannee County. Everybody knows that we've been inundated with rain over the last 14 days, so it's very wet. We're worried about the winds affecting the trees and other debris that may want to move because of the fact that we are very wet. So that's our first concern. Our second concern today is going to be preparing for dealing with the community, getting our shelters open. We've got a plan in place for that. We're going to work with the schools to get those open hopefully this afternoon. No later than 5 is our goal to get a general population shelter open, our pet-friendly shelter open, and also our special needs shelter. We will have to address any needs that we have with the special needs. I know Carrie's here. I think see, there we go. For transportation with our special needs population as well. The next part of that, we've got sandbags that are being handed out. We started that, I think Sunday. We started filling the sandbags yesterday as well. We are limited in the sandbag capacity. We wish we had enough for the whole community. We know that we do not, but they are out there for the general public to get today. We hope to get more in stock from the state if we can, but that's probably not going to happen. So protective measures past that are just simply going to be, we're at a level 2 activation. Currently right now, we'll move to a level 1 as I talk to the sheriff, probably by lunchtime today, which means we'll be in full-time mode in the EOC, monitoring the storm and watching. As all of you know, I don't have to tell you, we went through Irma and Michael taught us a lot about what hurricanes and what tropical storms do. And everybody wants to know where this thing is going, but until it gets up the coast, and we look at the amount of energy that's there, we really don't know. It's going to be a continual bobbling of the east and west until we get it. But right now, if you follow the cone, the predictive cone, it looks as if it's going to come straight up the coast, and it's going to turn northeast when it hits our county and move in the northeast direction back over the top of Jacksonville. For us, that's problematic. If the eye or the center of the storm goes over us, or the eastern, northeastern side of the storm goes over us, if you know much about hurricane and tropical storm, that's the worst side to be on. That's where the highest amounts of rain. So instead of the predicted 3 or 4 to 5 inches of rain, that could easily jump to 8 to 10 inches of rain. And that's what we're looking at. So that introduces a significant amount of flooding, not just in the city, but around the county. And we go back to the fact that our water table, where it's at, and the property and the trees and other things that we may sustain damage from. We've got some things that we've got to address with our roads, hopefully that I'll have a chance to meet with our county folks with today, related to the storm and preparation for that. But right now, it's just planning. Everybody wants an answer, but there is no answer. The storm is only gonna give us an answer when it gets further up the state, and that's probably gonna be later this afternoon, early evening, before we really have those facts. So, you know, if anybody has unmet needs in your area that you want to address, we can certainly do that. We're open with the state, communicating with them. I had a meeting with the director, the state director yesterday. They are willing to help us do anything they need. They are predicting that we are in the center of the episode right now, based on the storm track. So that's kind of what I've got right now, Sheriff, based until we get deeper into the sheltering and things. So if anybody's got questions, we have to answer.
Anybody got any questions that like I said, unmet needs that we can go ahead and address? I guess, Randy, we won't know anything about the road until the thing passes. I guess the biggest thing, we're Ted, you know.
I'm listening to Sam.
I guess you got the schools.
What we need to determine, Sheriff, is we need to look at where we stand with our summer cleaning. And it's not a big deal, but a lot of times the cafeterias get holding tanks for things. So we need to verify that our cafeteria space is where we would put people, is open and ready. But we can be ready, we'll be ready. That's what you asked us to do. I want to verify that what I heard was that you want a general population / pet-friendly special needs and separate special needs shelter. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I think if the animal or the pet-friendly shelter, if I'm correct, is gonna be the Coliseum, still, right?
That's fine with us.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm asking that question because everybody knows I'm still new here, so that I'm still trying to determine, but
That's
the special needs.
what we wanted to hear.
Yeah, and the general population obviously will be in school, so, yeah.
So if you need special needs, that's a Springcrest, obviously, because that's where our generator backup is for power. Behind you would be the general population shelter.
I know on that Coliseum, I know we had addressed this several times. What's your thoughts? I mean, because we never could determine.
No one liked the answer.
Yeah.
That was the thought.
Yeah.
The reality is that it isn't structurally sound for hurricane. It isn't built hurricane codes. They didn't exist back then. So it is what it is. I mean, I would, quite frankly, not put people in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we may have to discuss this when in this a little bit, because the problem we have is not, we can't determine any type of structural integrity of this Coliseum, and I imagine if we just put pets out there and something happened to it, it'd be like, some of these people would be like our children out there. They would crucify us, you know, if something happened. So we may have to discuss a little further on that one there, Ted. Yeah.
Wasn't there a problem with one of the schools when we put pets there last time?
I think that was the old Suwannee East School. We had some issues over there, but I think y'all helped us work through that. Because we had them inside.
Yeah.
Outside the building, and that ended up being quite problematic.
Yeah, on the Brentford side, will there be any shelter down there, or?
Well, I'm assuming that we would do the general population shelter in Brentford Elementary like we always do. That's just a given, just for Live Oak. I think we're looking at 2 sites in Live Oak, 1 in Brentford, unless you all tell me different.
Ted, what time would we be able to get into the Springcrest?
Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, no. Let me talk with Malcolm here and Ronnie, and I would like to think by 1 o'clock today. If we're looking at a 5 o'clock opening, that 4 hours give you enough time? Yes. All right.
Chief and see a Live Oak, y'all, everybody good?
Yes. Sheriff, I got notified just a little while ago, between 3 and 5 this afternoon, we should have delivery of about 5,000 more sandbags.
3 to 5 this afternoon. Yes, sir. All right. Larry, you good with all the buses?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on y'all want them transported, you know, let's not get crazy, and because we've had issues in the past where everybody wants to go to the shelter, and they just, I hate to say it like this, but they want to go there for the food and the goodies, you know?
Yeah,
Just to
yeah.
go. So, and I've got a limited staff, and, you know, I'll definitely take care of the special needs people who need wheelchair lifts and all.
Yeah.
I want to do that, but the rest of the general population, I'm sure there's probably plenty of people that can transport them.
Yeah.
I need to just do the special needs wheelchairs, those kinds of things.
Kerry, I'm not sure if it was you or Joyce or who it would be that do you know how many, that need transport to the shelter that need to go by ambulance?
No, we've been calling on the list and checking on everybody, and cleaning up the list, because there's a lot of duplications, but everybody so far we've spoken to, they're not planning on coming to the shelter.
But the problem with that is, normally, we don't have people on the registry.
That do show up.
Those people have a plan.
Right.
It's other people that are not registered that show up.
Been about 10% that are already registered.
I know we've always, in the past, we've had a couple that, you know, that we take to the hospital, being on vents and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering, Eddie, is.
But I don't know how, I'm gonna have to get with them and see if we can get out of here. They can hold them in the emergency room.
They either hold it in the ER, or they can go to Columbia to, Lake City Medical.
Yeah.
Chris, what time do you intend on putting out an announcement on your social media?
I think when we get done with this meeting, we'll have to put that out to give people time to prepare and plan. And again, with the shelters, we need to open them, to make sure we're prepared for what's gonna happen tonight and in the morning. But if we get a bobble and it changes and we end up on the west side and this is a rain event, then as you and I have discussed in the meeting, and I think the sheriff and I discussed, we talked about it, we could close it back down, just as easy as we can fire them up. That's the plan, is not to leave them for you're right, for the meals and the goodies and the long-term stay, is to get them in and be safe and get them back out.
It's not easier to close them down than try to scramble, try to get them opened up.
No.
Right.
Get them.
Sheriff Office, this is the first year that I've opened it pet friendly. Do we have anything that gives me an idea of what the average is, asking storms as far as people that come to that facility? I got an idea of what to be expected.
Not right off the top of the head, but let me check over that Jennifer, and I'll let you know something, I'll just check to see if we can get some numbers for us.
The other thing, as far as our facility, our shelter, we do not have a extra water tank or a generator, so if you need power, I don't have water.
That's where wind comes in.
I've heard about that.
We should have enough generators to help that out. Have you, I know the last time I was out there, just like a couple of days ago, they was pretty full. I got you still
We're still
pretty
full,
full?
and thanks to holiday weekend, Denise is out picking up several right now. I have reached out to Best Friends, which is a national organization, but between holiday weekend and now, I can't guarantee if they're gonna get enough to.
Yeah.
We are trying for the top of the list to.
Okay,
carry
so we
everything.
won't have a whole lot of room out there anything.
Was you with the city last time we did it? Didn't they put some pets only, that policy?
Well, no, city animal control does not have anything.
No, I'm talking about that. You wasn't involved in that.
That involves.
We did have pets only out there for a while with a group that was, Kim, what's her name? Kim Law and them done that. And I thought there was some talk, Ted, that one of those pavilions that were built would have, like, something put around them, that's where the pets would be housed at one time. I thought
The
there was.
long-term plan is yes,
Okay.
take Pine View, that area back out there.
Uh,
that's the-
tarps around it,
Yeah,
and that's where the pets
exactly.
would be
Yeah.
housed at, because of the problem with them.
But I think it's just, and I might be wrong, but I think it's just the pets that can be left.
Yeah, well, it was Kim Law and a group that was there at the Coliseum that did that last year, or whenever the last one was. Group of kids.
Mayor, you go down in Brantford, anything down your way, or how you looking? You really want to ask Robbie?
Talk to Robin.
Well,
Hey, how you doing?
Get up, you said bad.
Yeah, we got those ready to go.
And I think we're good.
Is anybody else have? Does anybody else have anything to, yes, sir.
Those bags are great, but without sand, they don't do you a lot of good. So if somebody's gonna need sand, you need to let me know. We put some over at the fire station in the city before you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can take some over
You
there.
need a load of sand there?
Yes.
We've got some over here by the judicial annex. We're good. You good down there? Okay. All right, we'll
The
get some
stuff
over
with the
to you.
judicial annex, we probably already filled maybe a third of that pile we've got it gone. So, but it's still good right now.
Okay.
We're filling them there, they're being filled, you can pick them up filled. You don't have to fill, you don't, come by there and pick them up filled.
Yeah, we had some inmates the last couple of days fill them and got them on trailers right there, so, which we'll put it out, and if they want to just come by and get some, it's already filled up, they don't have to fill
Yeah,
it.
somebody just needs to let us, we sent 2 loads over there Friday. I
Yeah.
sent sand over there, so if we need more, someone just let me know.
No, we good we're good for right now on it.
I just left them.
But we might just take some to the fire department, that way we'll have
Yeah, I'll
two
take some over
two
there.
locations.
We'll do
All
that
right.
today.
All right.
No problem.
I
That's
think
it.
that's it.
All right.
Appreciate it, Sheriff. I'd just like to say, we all in this together. We got a room full of smart people here. Everybody knows the job they gotta do at hand. Doesn't matter if we're city, town of Brantford, county, we're all here for one another. Mr. Curtis is here from the city. If you need something, give us a call. We'll be here for you. Other than that, from the board here, do I have any questions? You gentlemen, anything you'd like to add? All we need at this time is a motion to adjourn. Have a motion by Commissioner Land, a second by Commissioner Fleming. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.